G'day guys, Darren Gaudry here. Well, I'm sitting out on my deck right now having a morning beverage. I don't drink coffee or anything like that. I'm actually having a bone broth at the moment. And something just occurred to me. 4 years ago today, I was a smoker. 4 years ago today. So it's been 4 years since I actually put a cigarette in my mouth. And it's funny because where I'm sitting right now would have been one of those places where I would have been smoking. I never smoked in the house. I always used to smoke outside, and where I'm sitting on my front deck right now is actually one of those places. And I suppose the reason for this video today is because I thought, you know what, I've been 4 years smoke free, 4 years off the nicotine, and I was addicted badly. I was smoking towards the end of my habit, around about 2 packets a day, which is around about 50 cigarettes a day. 50 cigarettes a day. And I have saved just on close to, I'll have to I'll post down in the comments below. I use this app called Since I Quit, and it actually tracks how much you've saved and how much you've actually not smoked since you've actually stopped smoking. So I think it's up there in $40,000 or $50,000. But the reason for this video today was not so much to talk about that. Was I thought I might be able to actually offer some advice for anybody else there that's actually struggling with nicotine addiction, because it was something that was very, very hard for me to actually let go. I haven't drank coffee or alcohol or done any sort of drugs or anything like that since about the year 2000. Well, I didn't do drugs since I was sort of 16 or so, but coffee and alcohol went for me in around about the year 2000, and then cigarettes in 2013. But I thought I'd just offer some advice. Now, I tried everything to quit smoking. I tried hypnotism, I tried, pills and all sorts of courses and things, and nothing really worked except for one method. I actually read a book by the name of, a book by a guy by the name of Alan Carr, who's sadly passed away today. But there was one thing in that book that really sealed it for me, and that was the addiction factor. Now, when we have a cigarette as a smoker, what we think we're doing, as smokers, we think we're enjoying ourselves. We're actually enjoying that, and blowing that smoke out. All we're really doing, and this is what really hit home with me, all we're really doing is relieving the addiction. We're not actually enjoying ourselves at all. The enjoyment we're getting is relieving the craving. And all that does is actually reinforce the next cigarette. Now, so let me say that again. So every time you have a cigarette, as a smoker, you think, I'm enjoying myself, this is fantastic. All you're doing is actually alleviating the craving and reinforcing having the next cigarette. So it's a vicious cycle. Now, once I understood that and got that into my brain, that's when I was able to walk away from cigarettes forever. Because every day I thought, you know what? I never really enjoyed smoking, and I thought I did. I really thought I did, but all I was doing was alleviating the pain, and by doing that, I was actually creating more pain. It's really hard. You've got to try and get your head around it, but once you do, it's absolutely amazing. You're not actually. I'm not going to go too much further. I want you to just think about that, maybe even play that again. When you smoke a cigarette, you're not actually enjoying yourself. You think you're enjoying yourself, and sure, the enjoyment is it's like a drug addict, right? Someone that has a heroin addiction. They want that next fix, not so much for the high, but to take away the pain of the cravings for the next high. So once you kill that addiction, it's gone. You don't need to actually feed that. It's really just a vicious circle. I suppose I don't want to go on too much, but I just thought if I could share that one tip today, that's what really worked for me, was to understand that I wasn't actually creating pleasure, I was creating pain in a vicious cycle. Look, I hope that makes sense. I just thought I'd share that little tip with you guys today. But 4 years smoke free, I'm pretty happy. Pretty proud of myself. All right, guys, talk to you soon.